I'm gonna give you 3 tips today on how to drink more water. And you're gonna wanna stay around for the end because the last tip is absolute gold and you are not going to want to miss it. My name is Wendy Kohlmeyer and I have spent the last 12 years of my life getting fit and healthy. And it's been a process. So I'm going to be using this channel to give you all my tips and things that I've found over the years to actually reverse the aging process and make me feel and look great. The first tip I'm going to give you is if you're not getting enough water, and some ways that you can tell this is if your urine is really dark colored or bright yellow, you're not getting enough water. If your skin's dry and itchy, not enough water. If you're thirsty all the time, if you have bad breath, if you don't pee very much, you're not getting enough water. If you're tired, have sunken eyes, you get headaches frequently, if you have dry mouth, lips, or tongue, you're not getting enough water. If you get lightheaded or if you are somewhat unsteady, that's all a sign of dehydration. If you have confusion or irritability, not enough water. Water makes up 50 to 75% of the human body and we need it. So I'm going to give you these 3 tips that I found that are really helpful. The first tip is, so what you need to do, the right amount of water for you depends on your body weight. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you're going to want to drink 100 ounces of water. And when I say that to people, they're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to drink? I never drink water. I drink Coke or pop or whatever, but I don't drink water. Well, soda pop is not going to rehydrate you. It's just because it's a liquid, it's not going to rehydrate you. You've got to drink water. So the first thing I did was I went out and bought a Yeti cup. And I take this everywhere with me. And I like this because, first of all, it's not plastic. With plastics, you get a lot of microplastics in it that you could be ingesting, and there's BFAs, things like that, even if they're BFA free. The breakdown, when you stick those plastic cups in the dishwasher, they tend to break down. So this is stainless steel on the inside. It does need to be cleaned frequently. So I never put mine in the dishwasher. I always wash it out every day just to, remove, it gathers humidity. So if you leave water sitting in there, it's not going to do well. But this is really good. You can put ice in it and it keeps it cold. I take it everywhere with me. So I can go out and leave this cup in the car and it gets to a roasting whatever degrees in there, and this is still cool water. So when I get back in the car, I can drink it. Otherwise, you'll see me carrying it with me wherever I go. So that's really great. But water does so much for you because it aids in digestion and it helps prevent constipation. It flushes the toxins out of your body. It promotes good kidney function and it helps keep your joints and muscles lubricated. And this is so important as we age. We start feeling stiff and things like that, and drinking a lot of water helps keep all the muscles and the joints mobile, and that's what you want. It supports healthier and younger looking skin. Again, that's what we want. We don't want to be all dried out, because when you take a plum and dry it out, it turns into a prune, and we do not want to look like a prune, right? So this is very important. It also helps regulate your body temperature. Now, postmenopausal, it's hard to regulate your body temperature, but water will help. And as we get older, the body, we start getting dry skin. And you definitely don't want dry skin on your face as you get older. So keep drinking your water and that's going to help. Now, the other thing, if you just don't like the taste of water, that's probably because you're drinking it straight out of a tap. And I went and looked at where I live. I looked at their water quality report, and I was really kind of grossed out to know that there were 13 contaminants in the water quality, and it still passed federal guidelines for drinking water. You know what the contaminants were? They were copper, chlorine, fluoride, and lead. And all these are contaminants, and there's also a lot of pesticide runoff. Who wants that in your drinking water? So when you fill up a glass with tap water and you see all these mini particles floating around, that's when you should be concerned. There's another thing that I do to help drink the amount of water I need. So for me, this is a 30-ounce glass. I drink 3 of these a day. It's more than I need, but I'm used to it. So people say, oh, I don't want to drink water because it makes me go to the bathroom all the time. Well, yes, that's true. And you are going to be doing that for the first couple of weeks until your body adjusts. And then once your body adjusts, you don't have to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes, but you will have to get your body used to drinking water. Now, there's another thing I use. This is called Stir. It's an all-natural water enhancer. It comes in a lot of different flavors. I will put the link to it from Amazon in the description box below. You can get this. I buy like a month's supply at a time and have it on Amazon Prime, so it's just delivered once a month. And you just squeeze a little bit, however much you like. If you don't like a lot of flavoring, I choose the lemon because I like lemon flavored water, but I don't always have lemons to cut up to flavor my water or whatnot. And this just adds a hint of sweetness. Now, it's 0 calories and 0 sugar. They use stevia to sweeten it, but you can't taste that residual taste of the stevia in it. And it just makes it where I can drink a lot of water. That's number 2 on that. So now, the third tip I'm going to give you is don't just go and buy bottled water. So first of all, you're getting all that plastic water bottles that just end up in the landfill, and you don't want to do that anyway, right? We want to help reduce the plastics that are dumped into our oceans. So anyway, if you will go to the store, there are machines in almost every grocery store across the country, and they are reverse osmosis machines. And so the reverse osmosis takes out all the contaminants of the water, and you can fill up big 5-gallon containers or 1-gallon containers or your water bottle. So you can buy the containers right there at the reverse osmosis machine. And I think when you buy your first gallon, it's like $1.25, something like that. But when you bring your used containers back to refill, and they're 50 cents a piece. So you just can't beat it on the price, and the taste is great. And you can see on the actual machine at the grocery store when they replace the water filters on it. And usually they're replaced every 30 to 60 days. So this is a really good choice. Now, this is great if you live in an apartment or a rental of any kind, or something that you can't put a reverse osmosis system into your house. And it's honestly the way to go. We carried water for years because we were going to do a kitchen remodel, and we didn't want to put any money into it until the remodel was actually done. And I'll show you my system that I have if you're interested in that, but it's really so worth it. So let's look at this really quick. So when I did our kitchen remodel, this is actually for the reverse osmosis machine. And down here, I'm gonna show this to you. It's right under here, and it does not have a big tank. It's actually very compact, and I will do another video on this if you'd like to know more about it. I'll give you my review on it, and how I love my water, but I don't drink. I was able to stop all pop and any other type of drinks. I just don't even drink them anymore. I just drink water. And that was a habit that I had to develop over a little bit of time, but I'm convinced if I can do it, you can do it too. So this is just a little bit on why you should drink more water and how easy it can be.